During the last 5 years or so, we have been hearing a lot about the problem of critical illnesses. The problem of critical illness is rising year after the year. It has come to a stage wherein which it has become very difficult to live without a proper critical illness insurance. In this episode, I am going to talk to you about everything about the critical illness insurance. What are critical illnesses? Who can buy it? When should you buy it? How much should you buy it? And everything that you need to know about critical illness insurance. Dear viewers, this is NRI Money Clinic for you, and I am Dr. Chandrakant Bhatt, investment consultant and a financial planner.
NRI Money Clinic. No hype, just the right advice.
First, let me put to rest many of the misconceptions that may be there in the minds of people with reference to critical illness insurance. Number one misconception is people mistake critical illness insurance to be a medical insurance. They confuse it with health insurance. Critical illness insurance is not health insurance. A health insurance is a plan which will reimburse the cost if somebody falls sick, somebody goes to the hospital, goes through a surgery, or any kind of a treatment related cost back to you. That is health insurance. Critical illness insurance is not health insurance. Second misconception about critical illness insurance is people confuse it with accident insurance. They think accident insurance is critical illness insurance. Somebody meets with an accident and becomes critically ill, then this insurance will take over. Critical illness insurance is not accident insurance. The third misconception most people have is if they are employed, their employer has covered them for critical illness insurance. It's reasonably certain that over 95% of the employers are not covering you for critical illness insurance. The reason being very simple, it is expensive to cover an employee for critical illness insurance. So if none of these things are critical illness insurance, what else defines critical illness insurance? Critical illness insurance is more like life insurance with a major difference. In case of a life insurance policy, if the policy holder dies, a lump sum which is predetermined, which is otherwise known as sum assured, will get paid to the nominee. In case of critical illness insurance, even here too, a predefined sum assured, what the policy holder has purchased, gets paid to him when he is living. That's the major difference. It is a living benefit, it is not a death benefit. Why should a critical illness insurance policy pay you a lump sum? As I already said, this is not a reimbursement policy. If an incident were to play out as defined in the policy terms, a lump sum amount which is known as the sum assured against the critical illness will get paid in full, not a dollar less, not a dollar more than that. Why does somebody need a lump sum amount of money if he suffers from critical illness? Many people think when a person suffers critical illness, the only expense that he has to go through is an hospitalization benefit. Unfortunately, this is not the truth. The real problem what happens during a critical illness is a person will not be able to work temporarily or permanently. During most of the critical illnesses, person stands to lose the job. Critical illnesses will happen during the prime of years when a person is earning and when person has got dependents and when he is yet to fully develop his savings. Apart from the treatment costs, which could be taken care by the health insurance policies, he needs other help. See, for example, he could be saving for his children's education. He would have joined for some pension scheme. He would have bought a property and EMIs may be running. If he is living in places like Dubai, he may be having his house rents to pay. Just because there is a critical illness doesn't mean that the life will be normal. He may have to call his parents, he may have to call his in-laws, he may ask for domestic help, and all this cost more money than one can imagine. Imagine if the person is the sole bread earner and he loses job, or if he is not able to go to the job. None of these commitments for him will stop. Over and above that, instead of supporting the family, he himself becomes a burden on the family. During the process of this critical illness, if the person dies, he will eject from this world. It is left for the nominees and other people to start a fresh life. Maybe the employer's insurance or his own insurance will pay them a lump sum amount of money, and they can still mitigate the financial risk that may come with this. What if he survives a critical illness and he is not able to work temporarily or permanently? That is where the real help of critical illness insurance comes. Critical illness insurance pays him a large lump sum amount of money, which gives him an option to get treated wherever he wants. It gives him an option to continue with his saving plan and everything that he planned during this healthy period. Dear viewers, as an earning member, you would be doing everything for your families. Life insurance, saving plans, and everything that you are doing. What have you done for yourself? Buying a critical illness insurance is safeguarding yourself. Don't become a burden on your family. Help yourself to help others now. This whole incidence of critical illness insurance, the incidence of critical illness happening in the society in various parts of the world, is it real or is it just an hype? Being in the industry, I am privy to a lot of data around this. I saw the recently published data from Zurich International Life. It is really shocking. The average age of the person to whom the critical illness benefit was paid was just 49 years. Youngest person to whom the critical illness benefit paid was just 29 years. And interestingly and shockingly, the average age of the person who is claiming the critical illness is dropping year after year, which means the incidence of critical illness in the younger generation is rising day by day. Why are these critical illnesses are rising day by day and affecting our younger generation? The answer lies in the lifestyle. These are called the lifestyle diseases. We have sedentary lifestyle. There is not much of an exercise. People smoke a lot. Alcoholism is on the rise. There are residuals, pesticides or preservatives or additives or artificial substances in the processed foods or in the foods that we are eating. This is all creating a problem. This is the root cause of the problem. As a result of this, we have high incidence of diabetes, high incidence of blood pressure, and over and above this, complications within the family. The nuclear families, husband and wife both working, the jobs are not guarantees, increased stress level, all this is leading into one or the other critical illness at a very young age. We had earlier what is known as child mortality, which means children dying at very young age, and at old age, which is senility, where people are expected to die. These were the old time zones where people used to die. Now we have a new risk zone. This is between age 35 and age 45. During the prime of career of people, they are succumbing to critical illnesses or even by death. So dear viewers, I would like to hear from you about these critical illnesses, how it is in and around you. Have you seen anybody suffering from critical illnesses? For example, like heart attacks or cancers or kidney failures or losing hands or legs due to an accident, liver disease or brain tumors, paralytic strokes, Alzheimer's, etc. Within your family or in your extended family or in your circle of colleagues or friends. How many such cases you have seen? I would like to hear from you. Please comment below. Now let us look at what all the critical illnesses a critical illness insurance policy covers. Depending on the policies, they normally cover about 32 to 36 critical illnesses which are widely known. Most of the critical illnesses will happen with respect to heart or with respect to cancers. There are various other diseases as well. For example, kidney failure, for example, brain tumors, for example, loss of limbs, for example, loss of eyes, inability to speak, and they are all listed by about 32 to 36 of them. All these critical illnesses are covered in a critical illness insurance policy. When you buy a critical illness insurance policy, nothing remains ambiguous, which means each and every disease which will be covered will be listed in your policy schedule. Each and every disease, to what extent it is covered, what is the severity which is covered, what is excluded, it will be mentioned clearly in the terms and conditions of the policy. There will not be any ambiguity. Many people will come to insurance company and say that I have suffered from critical illnesses, and insurance company may disallow that. The reason for that is these diseases what people claim may not have been listed in the schedule of the policies. So you need to see which are the diseases which are covered. If a claim were to arise, the claim should arise with respect to the listed critical illnesses only. So how can you buy a critical illness insurance plan? There are two ways you can buy a critical illness insurance plan. One, a stand-alone critical illness insurance policy, which means this policy covers only critical illnesses, nothing else. You can also buy critical illness insurance policy as a sub-limit of your life insurance policy. For example, if you have $500,000 worth of life insurance policy, you can opt for $200,000 as the critical illness insurance sub-limit. If a person suffers from critical illness in such a case, the insurance policy pays this $200,000 as the sum assured against the critical illness, and his life insurance drops by proportionate amount, which means his life insurance will drop from $500,000 to $300,000. I would suggest you buy critical illness insurance as a sub-limit of your life insurance policy. In many parts of the world, if you're already having a insurance policy, if the company agrees, you can add critical illness limits to the same policies. Otherwise, if you're buying something new, it's a good idea to buy critical illness benefit as a sub-limit of life insurance policy for your policy to remain very simple, easy to monitor, and to avoid many complications at a later date. Now the question, can everyone buy critical illness insurance plan? I wish everybody could have been given with a critical illness insurance. Unfortunately, for people who are suffering from diabetes, people who are suffering from heart ailments, or people who are suffering from high blood pressure, critical illness insurance is not available. So you need to be buying this plan before you succumb to one of these lifestyle problems. There is another problem with critical illness insurance. Critical illness insurance is very, very expensive. It is cheaper when you buy it when you are young. But as you get older and older, the cost of covering your critical illness insurance sum assured becomes more and more expensive. It's manageable up to 45 years of age. You can still buy it between 45 and 50 years of age. It is available after 50 years of age, but the premiums will become really steep, and I'm not sure whether it's worthwhile to buy critical illness insurance at that age or not. How much of critical illness insurance benefit should you buy when you are buying an insurance policy? The problem with critical illness insurance is it is quite expensive, as I told you. So you have to look at your affordability. A thumb rule that you can follow is buy 2 to 4 years of your annual income as your critical illness cover, or $200,000, whichever is higher. If you can't buy 4 years of your annual income as a critical illness, at least try to maintain 2 years of your annual income as the limit under critical illness policy. If you can't even buy that much, have something, but do not remain without a critical illness cover. Why do I say you should have 2 to 4 years of your annual income as the critical illness limit? The reason is, if somebody suffers from critical illness, if at all if he returns back to work, it could take anywhere from 2 to 4 years for him to start a new life. Why do I say a minimum of 200,000 US dollar as the limit for your critical illness cover? The reason is when you're buying a critical illness plan, you will be buying it for long period of time. You will not be buying for a 10 year, 15 year. You might be buying it for 30 years, 40 years or your whole of lifetime. As you progress in your career, your income rises, your needs rises. The costs will also rise. If you buy a small critical illness cover because you are very young today, but if a situation were to arise in your life at later point in life, you may feel sorry that you should have bought a larger cover at a young age itself. So don't be tempted to buy a small cover. Keep this thumb rule in mind, 2 to 4 years of your annual income or at least 200,000 US dollar. That's the rule you have to follow. Now let's assume that you have a critical illness insurance plan with you. When will the insurance company pay you the sum assured against the critical illness cover? As I said, it's a living benefit. So at what stage the company pays you the benefits against the critical illness insurance? Now when you have this policy, all that is required is you should have suffered from one of the 32 or 36 diseases which is listed in your policy schedule, and it should match with the description mentioned there. One proof of diagnosis stating that you have suffered from such and such a critical illness is sufficient for the company to pay you the full sum assured standing against that critical illness policy. It's as simple as that. You just have to give the proof of diagnosis. If company needs to investigate, it will investigate and it will pay. It's a very simple claim procedure to make a claim against critical illness insurance. So when will a critical illness claim be not paid by an insurance company? The first stage is when you buy an insurance policy for critical illnesses, it will have a waiting period of anywhere from 3 months to 6 months. It used to be 6 months. Nowadays, most of the companies have changed it to 3 months. So if a critical illness were to happen during this waiting period, then a critical illness claim will not be paid. Another case which the policy holders get confused is they suffer from something, they think it is a critical illness, come to the insurance company and make a claim. If the condition that they have suffered is not the one which is listed in the policy document, then it will not be paid as a critical illness. That's why I said each and everything which you can make claim on is clearly defined in the policy schedule. If something is not there as per the policy schedule, company is not under any obligation to make payment against the critical illness insurance. Another reason why a company may not pay you a critical illness claim is when the claim happened, the plan could be in a state of lapse. By mistake, you wouldn't have paid the premiums, or you would have forgotten to pay the premium, or whatever the reason. If the policy is under a state of lapsation and if a claim arises, that claim is not admissible. So dear viewers, do not take this incidence of critical illnesses very, very lightly. You could be in the prime of your careers. If you have a critical illness cover which is sufficient enough, that's fine. If you don't have one, make sure you have one. If you want a good critical illness insurance plan be designed for you, you can make use of my services. I have given my contact number here, the WhatsApp number on the screen below as well as in the description box. You can freely contact me anytime you like. If you live in UAE, I can arrange for you a critical illness cover in UAE itself. If you belong to any other part of the world other than UAE, I can arrange a critical illness cover for you in India. Dear viewers, if you like the topic that I discussed today, give me a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please press the subscribe button and hit the bell icon. Don't forget to share this video with your near and dear ones. I'll be back with you with one another topic in my next video very, very soon. Thank you very much for watching this episode on NRI Money Clinic.
Press the bell icon for more details and subscribe our channel.